Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Annie. This is Flosstube number 89. And first of all, I wanted to say welcome back if you're a returning viewer, and welcome to my channel if you're new here. Over the last probably 2 or 3 weeks, I noticed quite a few more subscribers, so welcome. I hope you will enjoy. I hope you like my videos and projects. Yeah. I'm going to show everything I stitched on during last week and what I'm going to stitch on this week. So that's pretty much it. And I would say let's get started because I'm kind of late already. Normally I try to do this video at around 9 or 10 a.m. Well, it's already 1 p.m. because I had to get up quite early this morning because they shut down the water supply for 2 hours to check something. And I just knew that for 2 hours I won't have water, and I wanted to shower this morning. So actually I had to get up way earlier than I like to, especially considering that yesterday evening I kind of was reading and wanted to finish my book, and it was, I think, 2 a.m. until I got to bed or got to sleeping, and yeah, not as much sleep. And so after I showered in the morning, I kind of just lay on my couch and napped again. And that, yeah, it kind of delayed my schedule for today. But yeah, we're here now, and let's get started with what I stitched on over the last week. First of all, let's start, as always, with travel stitching. Travel stitching for me is kind of out of the house stitching. So at the moment, mostly what I stitch while at work. And this week, it was the Twisted Band Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. So this is where I'm at. I still have a thread hanging because as it is at work, sometimes you have to put your stitching away and actually work, and that was the case last time I had this out, so that's what happened. So last time you saw this, I had just finished all the brown, the first color in this band, and now I have started with the green and did quite a bit actually with the green already, so I'm really happy about that. This one is stitched on a 32 count white opalescent linen, 1/2. And the needleminder is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I'm stitching with the called for dinky dies. In this pattern there are 3 colorways or flosses, threads suggested. One is Avera Soir, one is the dinky dies I'm stitching with, and the other one is DMC. The DMC actually looks really good, I have to say. Sarah, Stitchin' Mommy, is stitching it with the DMC. And Nina from Nina Hobby Side as well, and it looks amazing. So yeah, it's the cheaper version, and looking back, it would have been totally okay to stitch with the DMC, but I'm kind of glad I chose the dinky dies nevertheless, because I never stitched with dinky dies, so it's nice to try some new threads. Yeah, and this is where I'm at. I bring the part I stitched on a little bit closer. Here you go. There you can also see the sparkle in the fabric, so I really like that. And this is where I'm at. You will see this one once again during my plant section. So I'm really happy about that because I want to get a little bit more done on this one. And yeah, it's not going to be my treble stitching anymore. I'm going to show you my new treble stitching at the end of the video in my plant section. But this one won't be coming with me for treble stitching, at least not for the next time. Okay, I feel like I'm super all over the place, and I'm sorry about that. As I said, not as much sleep as I would normally have, and that normally means my videos aren't as straightforward as I like them to be. So yeah, there might be some sort of rambling in there. Okay, now to my rotation. I have in my rotation a daily piece. One project I stitch on every day a little bit. Normally, those are projects out of my Whipco board. So Whipco is basically a bingo board with 25 squares, and every month 2 of those squares get called, and you try to finish your goal during the month they are called. That does not work for me. So I decided to do my daily project out of those projects that are called on the Whipco board, but not yet completed. And this week, my project was Mini Magic Mirror. The artwork is by Anne Stokes and charted by Have None of Designs. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. So basically, I averaged about 70 stitches a day. My goal with this one was to take one length of thread, stitch the whole length of thread in. If it's more than 50 stitches, I'm done for the day. If it's less, I take the next thread and continue stitching. So with completing my threads, I ended up at around 70 stitches every day on average. So what did I do? I did a lot in here. So I basically finished the next column except for 3 stitches down here that are still missing. So I will do those next time. Otherwise the columns are all done, except for the black, because I'm first going to finish all the colors on the page except for black, and when I'm basically done with the page and only black is missing, I'm just going to fill in the black and finish the page. So that's the goal, and therefore I did stitch a few of those colors. I think I went a little bit further down here, maybe even a bit more over here. So yeah, I don't stay on the page if I have thread on my needle left and everything is already stitched on the page I'm presently stitching on. I just continue stitching on the next pages until my thread runs out. So that's what I did. This one is stitched on a 28 count Lugana 2/1 10 stitch. Needleminder is from Just So Heavenly. And yeah, the part I stitched on, I bring a little bit closer once again. This is the only project I'm stitching right to left, because I started with diagonal stitching and I did not like it. So I decided to switch it up, but I had already started in the top right corner, so I'm working my way over to the left side now. And yeah, this is where I'm at. Really happy with this one. I have now reached the 20% mark, so that's nice. It does not look like that, but it is actually a little bit more than 20% done, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, Mini Magic Mirror, that's that one. And then let's move to my normal rotation pieces. So I have 4 of them, and first we will start with the non-full coverage piece. This week, my non-full coverage piece was Tiger Chilling Out by Dimensions. And I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at with that one. So with this one, I never know what I want to stitch on and how many stitches I want to do to finish my rotation. So this time I brought it out and realized the next column is about halfway done. So I decided to just finish that column whenever I had a thread left on my needle, but everything in the column stitched, I continued stitching. So I did quite a bit more down here. And otherwise I just filled in this column. His eye will be in here. That's his eye. I have to still stitch it, but that will be his eye. And I think I have to go to around here, and that will be the end of the tiger. So I'm really looking forward to that. There's not a whole lot missing, about 3 columns. And those columns get smaller and smaller because going to his snout, the head is getting smaller. So yeah, really happy with this one. My year-end goal on this one is to finish the top half of the design. So I just have to finish those 3 columns, do the back stitching, the couching, which I have never done, so not sure about that yet. But otherwise, I'm kind of close to finishing my year-end goal, so I'm really happy about that. This one got called for Whipco this month, so Saturday in a week. should be Boop Go weekend, where he gets some more attention. So looking forward to that. Yeah, that's my tiger. I really love him. He turns out absolutely amazing. Yeah, I know it's see-through now. But yeah, he turns out absolutely amazing, and I'm absolutely in love with him. It's just Black Adder isn't my favorite to stitch on. I still don't really like it. I need daylight, which in the summer is no problem because basically we have daylight all the time I'm awake. But going forward to the winter, I know I only have about 1 or 2 hours a day where I can actually stitch on this one because otherwise the light is just too bad. So yeah, it's not my favorite project in regard to actually stitching on it. The way he's turning out and the way he looks on this black fabric, I absolutely love him. But yeah, that's the way it is with some projects, I think. Okay, that's been my non-full coverage piece. My non-full coverage fancy lady this week was Royal Games number 2 by Mirabilia. That's what she's going to look like when she's done. This year I want to finish the Queen of Diamonds. So I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And I would say this is the piece I did the most on. So with this one, I'm going from top to bottom, taking the color highest up that's still missing and completing it over the whole Queen of Diamonds. So basically, I had started the darkest lilac over here, so I finished that. I then did the white and this grayish, gray probably. Did all that. And then I started beading, and I did a lot of beads over here. In here, there were some beads missing, and over here. So I did a lot. Now there are only beads missing over here, not a whole lot actually, but I still needed some colors that I had not yet stitched, so I did not do that. Overall, I think there are 4 or 5 colors missing plus some beads, and then I will be done with her. Really looking forward to that. As I said, I have already reached the halfway point or the end of this queen over here, and on her sleeve as well, down here as well. So there's only that part missing. I'm getting really, really close to finishing her, and I'm super happy about this one. It is stitched on a 32 count white opalescent Belfast linen, 2/2, and the needleminder is from Benkai Designs. And yeah, I'm just absolutely in love with this one. She's so beautiful. She is absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to get back to her. My non-full coverage fancy ladies coming around quite often because I only have 3. So every 3 weeks she will be out again until I finish my goal on her. So in 3 weeks she will be out again. 2 weeks. This week something else, next week something else, and then she's back. So yeah, looking forward to that, doing some more on her. One rotation will not be enough to finish her completely, but maybe 2 or 3. That would be really nice. Okay, let's move to full coverage. My full coverage piece for the week was Super Size Max Color Cliffhanger. Artwork is by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. As it's a supersized, it will take some years until I get to that point. So I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to, and I'm absolutely happy with this one. So basically, I continued stitching on page number 25 down here, and I had about 450 stitches missing for my year-end goal, so I did those. And finished my thread after I reached my goal, and I had, I think it was 21 stitches missing until 30,000. And I wanted to reach that. So I actually found a color with exactly 21 stitches on this page, so I did those. And now this project stands at exactly 30,000 stitches. So that's super nice. I'm really happy about that. I'm at 4 point something percent, so still long way to go, but I'm really happy to have finished my year goal, to actually have reached the 30,000 stitches, which is amazing. On some of my other projects, that would be 50% or even more, but on this one, it's around 4. So yeah, still very happy. What did I do? I did do the black, and I think the darkest brown. Yeah, and 1 or 2 other brighter colors that were more in the middle of the page. This one is stitched on a 40 count Newcastle linen 1/110 stitch. And yeah, I tried to bring the page a little bit closer. They're just so tiny. Yeah, that's that one. My cliffhanger, so happy. It's kind of sad that I finished my year goal because that means I will not stitch on it anymore this year. Except if I finish all my goals on all my projects. But we will see about that. A few are still quite a long way to go. But yeah, really happy with this one. It's kind of sad to be put away for the rest of the year. But still, I'm just really happy with what I managed to do. Okay, and then let's move to my full coverage Fancy Lady, which this week was Mini Cinderella artwork by Alexandra Daw, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. That's what it's going to look like when it's done, and I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. So this is where I got to. I'm not sure if you can see anything. So what did I do? I told you I wanted to first do a rotation with about 400 stitches and finish the krennic on this side of the design. So I did that. I finished the krennic in here. There were a few more stitches down here and then down there in the pumpkin. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. And after I did that, I decided I'm going to take the highest up color on page number 4 that's still missing and do 1 length of thread with that. So I went in here a little bit, over here, down the pumpkin. And that made a bit over 500 stitches. And then on Saturday, the Tour de France challenge of the Full Coverage Fanatics group started. The Tour de France challenge basically means you're stitching along with the Tour de France. As many kilometers the bikers ride on that day, you stitch as many crosses. So on Saturday, for example, they had a lap of 198 kilometers, so I stitched 198 stitches. And yesterday, once again, I think 184 kilometers, and I stitched 184 stitches. And after exactly those 184, I put my thread away. I posted a picture in the Full Coverage Fanatics Facebook group and then put it away. You can choose to either do the yellow jersey where you do everything, the green jersey where you do only the sprint sessions, I think. Yes, and the climbing stages, so the polka dot jersey. I decided to go with the yellow one, so stitch everything, and that's basically the schedule. So you can see we're going to start over here today, and I'm going to stitch all of that. Next Monday is a rest day, so when I come back, I don't have to stitch anything on this one. But otherwise, I'm going to stitch quite a bit over the whole course of the challenge. I'm going to stitch over 3,400 stitches, which is pretty nice because I still have 3,000. After stitching those 2 days already, I have more than 3,700 stitches still missing in krennic alone. So I'm looking forward to actually getting close to finishing all the krennic. I'm not stitching with the called for number 4 braid. I'm stitching with a blend of B5200 and a krennic blending filament. So that's where you can see a few threads hanging up there, not only 2. And yeah, so I'm going to, that's what I wanted to say. So in my rotation, I finished the krennic over here, and then with the challenge, I started up in here in that band over there. Probably going to continue in here today. And then I might move over here and start filling in everything over here like I did in here. That all has to be filled with krennic. So that's a ton of stitches. And I'm kind of looking forward to it because that means it's kind of fast because I don't have to count. I don't have to look where I have to go next. I just fill in. So yeah, this one is stitched on 28 count light blue even weave, 1/1 full cross. Needleminder is from Denka Designs, and yeah, so that's actually part of plans already. Of course, I'm going to continue with this project in the Full Coverage Phonetics Facebook group to the Frost Challenge. So you will see that one again next week. Yeah, that's that one. Part of plans. And that's also the last project I actually stitched on, so the rest is only plans. Yeah, let's see. First, or let's start with my rotation. My daily piece this week will be 4 Seasons, artwork is by Jesse Gierka, charted by Haven Enough Designs. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. So I show you where I'm at. That's a big project. So let's see if I can show you or how I'm going to show you. Okay, no. Okay, it's more complicated than it probably should be, but I think I have it. I'm going to do it like that, because in the meantime it gets so big I can't show you everything on one page anymore. But this one I'm stitching in 20 by 20 blocks and moving over the whole width of the pattern before I move one block down. I completed the first row and have started with the second one of 20 by 20 blocks in here. So I'm going to continue in the next 20 by 20 blocks, 20 by 20 block, and I'm going to continue doing the same as I did with all my other daily full coverage pieces. I'm going to stitch at least 50 stitches. As soon as I reach 50 stitches, I'm ending my thread, parking it or finishing it, whatever is the case. And then I stop. If I reach exactly 50, I stop at exactly 50. If I have 49, I take the next thread, and if that next thread has 50 stitches on its own, I'm doing those 50 stitches and end with 99 for that day. So I actually hope to do every day a little bit more, because I don't think I'm going to stop every day at exactly 50 with the threads and how they turn out. So I actually hope to finish the next 20 by 20 block over the course of this week. That would be pretty nice. Beginning of the week, I went through all my whip pictures and I saw this one, and I couldn't remember when was the last time I stitched on this one. And I really felt the urge to stitch on this one once again. So I was super happy when my Tiny Decisions wheel, so my random app picker, picked this one as my daily piece, because I was really hoping to stitch on this one some more soon. So yeah, really happy that I now can. Yeah, that's 4 Seasons, and I'm going to roll this one later because it's super complicated. Okay, that's my daily piece. As I said, really happy about that one. Now, let's move to my full coverage piece for the week, which is Color in Mountains by Golden Kite. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I show you where I'm at with this one. On this one, once again, a ton of parked threads. So first I have to put all of them away. This is where I'm at. So this is stitched on a, I forgot, with 4 Seasons. 4 Seasons is stitched on the 25 count even weave 1/1 4 crosses. This one is stitched on the 25 count even weave 2/1 10 stitch. Needleminders from Denka Designs. I'm presently stitching in this page down here. I think 2 columns missing till a page finish. I want to do at least 1 column. Probably not going to manage 2, but 1 would be really nice. And yeah, that's that one. For my year goal, I think I have about 1,200 stitches missing. So 2 columns and maybe a little bit back up in the next page on the top row. But yeah, I think it will be only 1 column. If I managed to get 2 columns done, that would be absolutely amazing and I would be super happy about that, but I doubt it. So yeah, this is color markings. Once again, super complicated to roll, so I'm going to do that later on. Normally, the projects I showed you were actually stitched on. I don't roll because after the video I'm taking pictures, so I have pictures for the last time you saw it part of the video next time. But the videos I show you just for plants, I normally roll up and put them already neatly away, just so I don't get such a mess over here. Well, exactly those 2 are the projects I can't roll while doing the video because there are just so much part threads and big projects and so on, so yeah, kind of complicated. Okay, let's move forward. The next project I'm going to show you is my full coverage Fancy Lady for the week, which this week will be Dragon Dancer, artwork by Anne Stokes, charted by Heaven Enough Designs. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. This is also a massive one that will take years and years and years to finish. This is where I'm at. This is stitched on a 32 count white Zweigart linen 2/110 stitch, and presently I'm stitching on this page and hoping to finish this page. Again, if I have a thread left on my needle, I'm going to stitch in the next pages again. I think the page break are about here and here, something like that. So I'm kind of close to a page finish. Not getting it done this week, but yeah, hoping to get quite a bit closer. So yeah, this is my Dragon Dancer. I really love this piece. Can't wait to get some more done on it. But again, it's massive. That's not even the whole fabric. So massive. But beautiful. This one I'm actually going to roll up. Although it takes some time because it's big, but yeah, otherwise it's going to be super messy around here and I hate that. Okay, then let's move to my non-full coverage pieces. My non-full coverage piece for the week is one you actually saw already this video. Just a band sampler. It would be super nice to finish that band. I doubt it. It would be nice, but I don't think I can manage to do that. We will see. We will see about that. As I said, really hoping for that. But yeah, it's quite a bit of stitching. Okay, non-full coverage Fancy Lady for the week is Cinderella Rex Ridges by John Elliott. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. This one up here, because basically those are 2 patterns and you can stitch them separately or you can combine them, and I'm going to combine them. This year I only want to finish the Cinderella and Rex part, but yeah, long way to go on that one. I show a picture of what it looked like last time here, and this is where I'm at. That was super dumb. Of course, last time you saw it is the same as what I'm showing you now, so I won't put a picture in there. This is what she's looking like right now and where I start stitching this week. Yeah, as I said, I'm going to, or I stitched this one from top to bottom, picking the highest up color that is not stitched yet, doing 1 length of thread and then move on to the next color, back stitching as I go, because with I think all of the John Elliott pieces, there's a lot of back stitching, so I want to get that done. And yeah, this is where she's at right now. Basically, I finished the bodice of her dress. There are a few beads missing in here, and a bit of back stitching for the laces. But otherwise, that's more or less done, and I can now move further down. I think there will be some more skin, maybe, and yeah, that's her. She's stitched on a 28 count casual linen by Picture This Plus in the colorway Fog, and I'm stitching 2/2 full crosses. Needleminder is from Banker Designs. Yeah, and also beading as I go, but yeah, at the moment I think I did more or less all the beads I can, so waiting for the next ones a little bit or till more stitching is done. Yeah, that's my Cinderella. And that's the next one that I can't roll. Okay, and one last project. Not in my rotation, but actually my travel piece. I'm not sure how much traveling there will be next week, but yeah, we will see about that. It is the Hello Sunshine Cell by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and today part 2 was released, so that's what it's going to look like with part 1 and 2 done. Part 1 is, oh wow, part 1 is the one down here with the tree trunk and the flamingo, so part 2 is up here with the toucan and a lot of those flowers and leaves. So yeah, we will see how much I can get done on this one. I show you where I'm at with basically part 1 done. So here we go. That's part 1 completely finished. And as I said, now we're going to start part 2. It's stitched on a 28 count 1/1 full cross. I think it's Lugano. It was provided in the kit from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Needleminder is from Denka Designs. And yeah, can't wait to continue stitching on this beautiful piece. Bring it a bit closer because the stitches are tiny, so you can actually see something. Yeah, that's my Hello Sunshine Cell, which is going to be my travel stitching until part 2 is done. And then I probably move back to the Twisted Band Sampler, but it will take at least 2 weeks, if not more. So we'll see about that. Okay, that's everything I had for you. I hope you enjoyed. I should be back next Monday. Yeah, I should. I think so. Nothing against that. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful time and see you next time.